Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl, Dr. Elizabeth, and I've been wanting to shoot with this shirt on. So today is the day. But guys, let me tell you, I want to talk about your step by step. Look, if you are new, if you are brand new in this space and you are been looking for the ideal information, this is the video for you. I'm gonna make it very precise, very short, without wasting your time. I want you to also go ahead and subscribe to this channel because you're going to find a lot of my other videos, the old and the upcoming ones, valuable, informative for you. Okay, so this video today, I took a lot of notes for you. I had to take a little bit of pause to go back to my history, to go back to my life, to go back to how I truly started my journey. And I put all of that together for you. So you're gonna find this video talking about all the step-by-step things that you would need as a newbie to really thrive in your mobile or diagnostic lab business. Okay, for those of you that do not know me, I am Dr. A. but you are free to call me Coach Eli. Okay, you can also find me on TikTok, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Just go ahead and search. I'll put all of my links in the comments or description of this video. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead. I would need you to take notes. Okay, I want you to take notes because I need you to create a checklist, and you can just cross out some things if you already have them, or an asterisk to your list if you're going to be working on them. Okay, the first thing that you're going to need for a business, I know some of you probably already have your LLC. You are going to need a registered business with your state. You're going to go to the secretary of your state. Let's say you're in Alabama, you're in Maryland, you're in California, Pennsylvania, wherever you are. Just put it in Google search, how to register for an LLC. Let's assume you already have an LLC. You want to skip this list, or you want to skip this step. But you can also, y'all, use a sole proprietor for this type of business. But the moment you start to accomplish or you start to grow, you have more than a contract under your belt, you probably want to have an LLC. You can also use an S Corp. It just depends on the type of business legalities that you have formed. Okay, you can also, I see a lot of people ask, if you have an existing LLC, for example, if you're already in the home care space, you can definitely use your existing LLC. Okay, you are also in the time of creating your LLC. I need you to create a good name. You have to pick. So you are going to select a business name that is very commensurable, that really goes with what you want to do. Don't sell sweets. Don't be very, like, if you know you have an existing LLC that doesn't have anything to do with a mobile or diagnostic lab, you want to stay away from that. Okay, make sure you have a name that is professional, because sometimes your name carries a weight, goes a long way. Look, I have been in business for 8 years, and I can conveniently tell you that your names matters a lot. When you start to do some certain transactions, starts to bid for contracts, you will begin to see that your name is very important. So I need you to pick a name. Okay, you would also need to have an EIN. Go to the irs.gov, go get your EIN number. Very easy to get an EIN number. Okay, you would also need to create a bank account. I prefer Navy Federal or Chase. Those are my two. And if you have any type of something very similar to Navy Federal, like a credit union, you can also try to put your money in those banks. Okay, you don't need more than a bank. At most, maybe 2 banks account, but start with one. If you can't get in with Navy Federal, Chase will be your best option. Okay, you also want to have like an invoice processor, like if you like something to help you take payments. If you go through Square has an invoicing system. So the way payment works is people can come and tap their card, they can pay via invoice, they can pay with cash, but you do need some sort of payment processor. So these are the things that you're going to have to put in place as a business, okay? You would also need to insure your business. You want to insure your business for general and professional liability insurance. You need to be covered. God forbid, if anything happens, you're dealing with people every day, right? And one of my recommendation again is for you to even be credentialed. You want to start to accept insurance at one point. You're going to be dealing with a lot of people. You need to insure your business. So the best insurance coverage is 1/3 million. That's the minimum. Don't do 1/2. Make sure you do 1/3 or 1/6 million in coverage, and you can do or go through IXOX. I'm going to put that in the screen. IXOX, or I also use CMF Group. It's a good company. Here are some list of services you can also try to stack. It's a lot of services you can offer in the industry, but you have to be very mindful. You don't want to be a master of nothing. A jack of all trades is a master of none. As a newbie, I say pick up to three the maximum, and become a pro. Once you master those three, you can start to stack. But here are some list of highly lucrative services. And now, just don't offer services because you see that, oh, my girlfriend is doing it, my boyfriend is doing it, I see CoachEli on Facebook, she said I can do it. I want you to do it based on your market analysis. So you're going to go in your area, because remember, you want to be the go-to in your area. You want to be known for this business, and you want people to refer. If there is something people are looking for, you want people to say, hey, go to her. She is our go-to person. That is how business works, because you want to make profit. And in order for you to make profit, you have to have a lot of customers to pay you and buy from what you're selling. So you would need to have your market analysis done. Make sure that you've done your research. What's selling in your area? For some people, it could be blood draw that is very lucrative. It could be DNA. It could be drug testing. It could be any of this list of things that I'm going to give to you. We have the DNA. We have the drug testing. We have the hair follicle drug testing. We have the paternity DNA. We have fingerprints, right? We have background checks. We have CLIA that allows you to offer point of care like strep, flu, HIV, STD, hemoglobin, A1C, cholesterol. Offering those services to even home care agencies, staffing agencies for I-9 verification, background screening, right? Gender review. So I can keep going on and on, lead testing. But I want you to do your research. Look, all this money will come to you. Remember, the goal is for you to make money, but do not go there and mess up. Set up correctly. Start with something and pivot and leverage and grow from there. Okay? So I want you, like I said, to be the go-to area. Now, because some of the services require that you partner with lab, you will need to identify your lab partner. You also have to bear in mind some of these lab partnerships require setup fee. A lot of times, 9 out of 10 times, you're gonna have to pay the lab a fee. So you have to factor in your cost into the lab partnerships. Okay. For example, let's say you want to do DNA. You would need to partner with labs. Like Alliance is a lab for DNA. Universal is a lab. We have DDC. Some of these videos I've shot in the past. Like I said, that's why you want to follow, because I have a list of labs for DNA. Accredited labs that you can really work with. For hair drug testing, USDTL is going to be your go-to. Be very mindful. USDTL is a private lab, so their fees is a little bit steep. So you would need to also factor in your pricing. When I say pricing, I need you to go ahead and get your baseline. Once you know what your baseline is, what is baseline? Baseline is how much you are going to pay the lab. Now, then you're going to factor in your profits, right? So you're going to add your profit to your baseline. This gives you an idea of if it is a lucrative business and how much it is going for in your area. So you will need to do pricing, market analysis, knowing what these services cost in your area, what to charge, because sometimes you don't want to overcharge, neither do you want to undercharge. So you need to know pricing. So when you are partnering with labs, the lab is going to give you what we call a fee schedule. The fee schedule gives you an idea of what your fees are going to be. Remember, you are not necessarily a lab. Yes, you run a lab business, but you're not the lab. That's why we partner with labs, because the lab takes care of all of those bigger problems. Your goal is in money making. Your goal or your role is in collection. So you would need to be trained in order for you to know how to do those collection correctly. Some of these things are legally admissible. Some of the testing, for example, we have a legal DNA, and you need to learn the ropes of how to do a legal DNA test correctly, because like I said, it's court admissive. So you would need to partner with lab and then also get your trainings and compliance in check. You need to also learn to be compliance and credentialed in this space. Credentialing, compliance gives you a leverage, because when you start to do this business within 2 to 3 years, you will start to say that it is right time for you to go to your next level. And you're going to start to see that you would need what to be compliant, because compliance is the unlocking language that you need to give you those billion-dollar checks that you have been dreaming. Those, because this industry is a multi-million recession billion-dollar industry. But how can you tap into those transactions? Once you're compliance, once you're credential, once you have all of your ducks in a row, you are going to be ready to make money, because a lot of people that are going to do business with you are looking for you to be compliant. Remember, this is healthcare. And because it's healthcare, we take things, certifications, licensure, credentialing, accreditations seriously. Okay? One of the things that I also want you to do is make sure that your business is clear waived. Make sure you have waived, you have your clear. Clear is easy and obtainable via your state. If you don't know how to, there are videos. You can come to us. We have programs, mentorship that can help you really start this business correctly. So you would need to be clear waived. You also would need to be credentialed. What does credentialing mean? You would need to be credentialed so that you can be able to take both government and commercial insurances, because when you have insurances, when you're credentialed, it increases your credibility. It makes you more credible. So instead of going to bygone mobile lab, I would rather want to do business with you, lab, because you are more sophisticated, you are more professional, you are very credible. Credibility gives you more money. Okay. It also helps you to get more referrals. Then insurance can refer clients to you, because now that they know you take the insurance, you are in network as a provider for them. They can refer clients to you that are looking for services in your area. And the more the people, the more the opportunities. Okay. It would also even help you to serve people that are insured. So you can take both insurance money and out-of-pocket payees. Okay, so after all of those credibilities, insurance things are taken care of, you will need to start racking up on supplies. You will need your supplies. You will need to at least have basic. Some of the supplies are from the lab. The lab are going to give. That's why you pay lab a certain fee, which is your onboarding fee or your setup fee. Once you pay labs, they will send you some supplies, but some you still have to purchase, like your gloves, your lockbox, your bluing tablet, your gloves, your coat, right? Your lab coat and all of that. On top of that, let's go back to part of compliance. I will also need you to have your policies and procedure in place. For example, for a clear lab, you need your policies and procedure. You also need, even for drug testing, DOT also has a policy and procedure. You also want to develop like your intake forms. You can even have those electronic forms on your website, right? Just keep things simple. I'm not saying go over the board because you want to remain compliant, but it's little paperwork like intake form processing, policies and procedure, which are already ready-made for you. You just have to purchase those forms and customize them to your business agency. In this case, you're going to have to put your logo, your business name, your website, all of those things customizable to you. And also, you will need to take training. For example, DNA doesn't have a training, but if you want to do some certain tests like immigration and or court admissive testing, you would need to be trained. So there are some trainings that are not certified, does not have a certification, but are required for you to learn the process. Where in DOT case, you would need to be certified. So you would need to find you a trainer that is competent, that can give you the certification and teach you the DOT regulation. Remember, DOT is a federally regulated test, and you have to do it per the books. Okay, so once you have your supplies, your procedures in place, if you can't get in-person training or a shadow experience training, you can reach out to people that are in the industry that are doing well. Sometimes I tell my students, it is okay to look. It is okay to shadow. Is it okay to stalk? Sometimes there's stalking that are healthy. Healthy stalking is allowed in the industry. When you see somebody doing well, doing good, and they're having success at what they do, it's okay to stalk them, but make it healthy. No envy, no hate, polite emails to them, run in their inbox, shoot them an email and ask them questions, or even pay for their time so they can pour in you. You can buy consultation from them, block their time to get, let them feed you with knowledge, with experience, with successes, things of those natures are allowed, and I recommend them for you that are a newbie. Okay. In-person training gives you experience for hands-on. A lot of us, including myself, offers online training. There is nothing wrong with online training, but if you want to obtain more experience, room for experimentation, you can definitely go in person and shadow. So you can look for in-person trainings when it is offered. And lastly, on my books, I have that you would need training on marketing. Now that you have all of these things set up, you have your LLC, your EIN, your credentialing, you have the list of services, you have your lab partner, you have a business. How do you get clients? You need to invest in learning how strategy works, marketing works. You need blueprint, like I said, and that goes back to shadowing, learning from people that have been doing this, that are successful. Listen, it's a lot of people online here. It's a lot of people claiming that they can give you something, or a lot of people doing this, but I want you to learn how to figure out who the best is so you can get and learn from the best. So you would need to learn marketing, because everybody's doing this, because it's an easy way to get into healthcare business, but you need to do it well and you need to make money in it. So get in and get ready, get accustomed the right way, get settled in the right way, get set up in the right way. And finally, you will need to take payment. I talked about Stripe or Square that you can use as your payment processor, but then you need to understand your pricing, and you need to also understand how to get your baseline and how to get your profit. So you need to do a little bit of math here. And I recommend that you also have a website where when people are booking, they can pay you right away. If you're mobile, you probably don't want to take the full payment, but let them deposit, because if there is no some sort of deposit and you travel, they might cancel on you. Okay, so I have all this little disclaimer, little blurb about your mobile services, but most importantly, let people go on your website and be able to schedule and be able to pay you for something. Pay you something for your services. So if you find this video helpful, go ahead and put in the comments. Let me know where you are watching from. What state are you from? I want to know. And I want to tie my next video particularly for your state. Your state might be the next on radar. I'm going to have something for you. So I want to know where you're watching from. And do not forget to subscribe. And I remain your girl, Coach Eli. Bye for now.